this video, I'm going to explain why you must stay away from overly insecure people. And the truth is, guys, everybody has flaws. Everybody has their insecurities and stuff like this. It's all a part of working on what you know you need to work on. And nobody's perfect. But I'm talking about overly insecure people. Like deathly afraid, insecure people. And even people that are more on the insecure side than not. You know what I mean? Just, you can't be around these types of people for many reasons. One, it's going to rub off on you. Their behaviors, their attitudes, their values and morals and things like this, just their own identity, it's going to rub off on you, and it's going to keep you trapped as well. This is why you have to cut them off. It doesn't mean you have to be their enemy or nothing like this. You just have to stay clear from people who are overly insecure. Some people can act like the toughest thing going. They can be the loudest mouthed person, and most of the time these are the most insecure people that are cowards, that tuck their tails whenever any situation gets real. And I know lots of those cowards. So don't be mistaken by them being tough or confident or something like this. Tough and confident people don't go around. They're not bullies. They don't have this bully mentality. They don't try to talk louder than you or act like they know more than you. It's just genuine, calm, relaxed, maybe a bit intense conversations, but it's relaxed. You can have intense conversations that are also relaxed, if that makes sense. You just don't want to have conversations and be surrounded by people who are just these loudmouth idiots that every single thing that comes out of their mouths just does not make sense. It's not logical. It's just, they're being loud to be loud. You guys know what I'm talking about. You don't want to be around these types of people. You don't want to be around people that have deep insecurities when it comes to relationships, people that have like big trust issues. It's okay to have trust issues to a certain extent. You can't be overly insecure when it comes to these things, because there are trustworthy people in this world. There's all kinds, and there's also all kinds of people that are untrustworthy. You just have to know right from wrong. It's like anything, and you can't let this consume you. You can't let these types of insecurities stop you from reaching your potential when it comes to relationships and connections and things like this. You have to be open-minded. You have to be willing to give people chances and stuff like this. I give people chances, guys. I do. And I'll give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I will, if people open up to me, I'll open up to people. You just have to play a fair game. You can't go in too hard. You can't come in with a wall up either, fully. You have to play your cards right. You have to know when to do certain things. You have to know these things just naturally. All dependent on who you're dealing with. I give people chances. I've gave other females many chances, multiple, all the way up to half a dozen chances, because I figured there's going to be change on this person because they just didn't realize it the first time, and then it failed again. And this is what I'm saying, like I'm a very giving type of person. I will give chances, but once you prove yourself to be overly insecure like that, because this is what these people are. When you give them chances and they don't capitalize on the chance you gave them, they don't pull the trigger, they just mess it up. You have to cut these people off once you see their true colors. Once you see someone's true colors, that's all you need to know. Whether to keep them around, let things extend a little bit just to make sure, cut them off right away. You have to be telling yourself. You have to trust your own intuition. But if you're an overly insecure person yourself, your intuition might cut somebody off immediately. So If you are an overly insecure person, it's something you just have to work on more yourself. Get more knowledge, get more understanding, get more experience. It's the only thing that's going to help you. And I'll tell you what's not going to help you is doing nothing, not getting any more knowledge, not trying more things with more people. You're just going to stay stagnant. You're going to stay stuck in the exact same insecurity body that you're in. You know what I mean? You literally have to take action to eliminate doubt when it comes to anything. You have to take some type and some sort of action. If you want to become a fighter, let's say, you might be naturally good. You might have some confidence already when it comes to fighting. You might be a naturally athletic person. But if you want to get better, and if you want to eliminate insecurities and get better as a fighter, you have to get in there in practice and fight and spar people. This is what you have to do. Whether you like it or not, if you want to get better at grappling, you have to get in there and grapple other people. There's no other way around it. You're going to be the exact same level that you're at right now unless you get in there and take action. If you want to be a better hockey player, you have to get on the ice more. You need more ice time. You need a puck on your stick more. You need to move your feet more and skate more. You have to play hockey against better people to get better as well. If you play against average people all the time, that's where you're going to stay at. If you're playing against elite level hockey players all the time, you're going to adjust to that gameplay. This is how things work. This is how you eliminate fear. This is how you eliminate doubts. This is how you get better. This is how you get more confident. You can't just be so shell-shocked on something that happened in your past that's going to stop you. A bad relationship or something like this, you can't let that stop you from proceeding in other relationships. That's never going to stop me. I've had many failed ones that failed not because of me, because I dealt with overly insecure people that they're not just going to come out and say, look, I'm overly insecure, I'm going to tell you this off the bat. People don't normally do this, and you know what? Some people will. And that's honestly a sign of strength. If somebody can do that and let you know that, that's something they can work on themselves as you guys are going on in the connection or the relationship. You guys can communicate on that, and it's honestly better than hiding it. It's better than being an overly insecure person and never saying anything about it. At least if you have the nerve to come out and tell your partner this, then it's something you guys can communicate about, which is everything. Communication is everything. So there's your answer for that. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not communicating, if you don't know why things are the way they are, and no one's communicating, you're never going to know. It's always going to be the way it is. Some overly insecure people too, they will play you. A lot of overly insecure people, they are players. They're testing the battlefield with you. They might act like everything's good, like the relationship's working. You guys both like each other. But deep down, they're just saying all these words that they're saying to see where they can get you. They're just testing you. They're just shit testing you to see what they can get out of you, what information they can get out of you. And the whole time, they're not fully meaning the words that they're saying. So you got to watch out for that too. Sometimes you don't even know you're getting played. And there are some people that are high stakes players. Let's just say that. But communication is everything. You can even defeat these types of people if you're smart enough, if you play your cards right. Basically, don't fall for the games. Don't expose too much about yourself. Don't just let them. The only way they can beat you like that is if they get into your own head. If they can get into your head, they can beat you. They can beat anybody. If they can get into somebody's head, they can beat anybody. But if you don't let them get in your head and you continue to be you, you continue to do the things that you're doing every day, and you don't make them a priority just because. Like, some people make people a priority way too quick. You can't do that. You have to, trust really has to be gained before you do something like this, and before you invest into somebody. You and the person you're talking to have to continue to live your separate lives and do what you're doing whether it's in school or career or job or whatever you're doing, right? You guys have to continue to stay focused and do these things while also communicating and working things out. Come together, meet up, have a date night, do things like this. You both have to be on the same page, and you can't let somebody, like I said, get in your head and let them get too much out of you. Because that's usually what people do whenever they're playing somebody. Trust me. And these are all reasons, guys, why you have to avoid overly insecure people. It never ends well. They can't be trusted themselves. They're so insecure they don't trust you, but you can't trust them because they don't trust you. It's just, it's a negative thing, and you don't want to deal with them. You have to, even if you find out they're overly insecure, you have to tell them yourself that, look, you have to work on this and this and this. You have to be telling them these things. If you want this to work with me, I see potential in you, I see attraction in you. You might see the same in me. If you want to make something work with me, look, I'm not an overly insecure person, and you have to work on this, this, and this. If you want it to work, this is what you're going to have to do. I wish you nothing but the best, and that's how it's going to be. Right? So, you can't get too caught up into somebody that is like this, because there's a very high chance that you're going to be left either pissed off, disappointed, discouraged, any of these things above, or angry. It depends how bad they might play you. So just be aware of these people, guys. I'm going to cut this video short. I got some stuff I got to do now, so end these videos here, and I will be back tonight with another video. Have a great rest of the day, guys. It is, what's today? Thursday. So I'll be back tonight, guys. I'll be back.